What's bad is good, and what's good is terrible. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. Joe Werber coming at you. And what in the world is going on with the stock markets? They are insane. Just over the past month, we have seen a 6% decline, followed by a 2% gain, a negative 4% loss, followed by a 4% gain, then a 6% loss, followed by a 2% gain, followed up by a 2% loss. I mean, this is insane. And what's really crazy is the losses are on positive economic news and the gains are on negative economic news. We find out that unemployment is low. It stayed at 3.5% and the markets lost their mind. We find out that inflation is rising. No, look at this. Inflation rises, inflation rises. Every one of these reports are saying inflation is rising, and inflation isn't rising. Inflation is falling. It was at 9.1%, then 8.5%, then 8.3%, and I'm pretty good with math. I think 8.2 in September is lower than 8.3 in August. Now, I know what they're trying to say. They're saying that it's risen from last year, but I don't care about last year. I care about last month and the previous month. Inflation is coming down. It's at the lowest rate it has been reported in 6 months, significantly lower than the 9.1% we saw just a few months ago. So whatever Powell is doing is working, and luckily we aren't in a deep recession, but it looks like we are definitely going to hit a recession. Powell is going to do whatever he has to do to cause this economy to go into a recession. I hate that it has to happen, but he's not happy that inflation isn't coming down fast enough, and he is going to keep raising interest rates. We can almost guarantee to expect a 0.75% rate increase in November. And with the way things are going, he'll probably raise rates another 0.75% in December. So out of all this, the only good news is that we're actually seeing people's Social Security go up. This is crazy. We're seeing an 8.7% cost of living adjustment, the largest cost of living adjustment in 40 years. And in reality, that is closer to a 10% cost of living adjustment. Let me tell you why. Because Medicare fell by nearly 5%. Medicare Part A and B premiums, which were $170, have dropped by about $5 to $164 and change. So that means that if you were receiving a $2,000 a month Social Security check in 2022, you got $2,000, they took $170 off of Medicare, which meant you were only netting $18.30. Now, because of that 8.7% increase, that $2,000 next year will be $2,174, and you don't pay $170 for Medicare anymore. You're now paying $165, so that means your net Social Security income is now $2,009, and if you look at $1,830 to $2,009, that's about a 9.8% increase. So Americans, everybody out there, this includes people who aren't even getting Social Security, you're getting an almost 10% pay raise in the future, and I get it. Things are more expensive, but at least Social Security is going up by close to 10%. That's close to double digits, and every American who's receiving Social Security, they'll notice a big difference in their bank account come January. So what does this mean for the stock market for the rest of 2022? It probably doesn't look good because Powell's going to keep raising rates. The markets are going to keep overreacting because don't forget, markets are not looking at what's going on today. Markets are projecting out what's going to happen 3 months from now, 6 months from now. And every time we have positive economic news, they're going to overreact. They're going to think Powell's going to cause this massive recession, which he is going to cause a recession. But most experts agree it's going to be a mild recession. Unemployment goes from 3.5 to maybe 4.5. That's okay. There's a lot of cash on the sidelines. Company profits are at a 50-year high. And yes, housing stinks right now. Mortgages are getting close to 7%. But you know what? I guarantee you the majority of people who are watching this video right now have paid mortgages significantly higher than 7%. So everybody just has to bite the bullet and realize money is more expensive today. And if you want to buy a house, you're going to pay more on interest for that house. This is not going to crash the real estate market. Is it going to continue to climb as quickly as it did in 2019 and 2020 and 2021 and 20? No, it's not going to. And I'm seeing numbers out there like, oh my gosh, this is the worst we've seen since like 2019. That's okay. Because housing went up 20, 30%, and that was unsustainable. So a slowdown in the real estate market is very positive. This is a good thing. This is good for everybody out there. You've had some significant gains in your house. And the nice thing is, hardly any American is underwater in their house. So even if mortgage rates climb and you own a home, your rates are locked in. You don't have to worry about it. It does stink for people who are looking to buy a home, people who are looking to sell and buy a new home. Their dollar will not stretch as far as it could just a few months ago, but that's life. We have to deal with it. Interest rates are going to be high for a while. And what I'm hoping doesn't happen, I'm hoping that Powell doesn't push this so far that the economy goes into a deep recession and then he has to reverse everything and suddenly we see rates starting to fall back again. We need normalized rates. Normalized rates are good for everybody out there. This is not a negative. CD rates going up to 3, 4, 5% are a positive. Money market rates at 4, 5%, that's a positive. It hurts, but in the end, it's going to be good for us. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button if you like what we're saying here. If you want to hear more, check back every week. Look into some of my other videos. Leave a comment down below. I read every one of your comments. I appreciate every one of your comments, even the negative ones. I thank you for your time watching, and as always, I'll see you next week.